So I'm going to introduce our final element, and I've now produced some beautiful artwork for them as well, which I'm going to show to you. So here we are. This is it's all backwards on the screen, but it says ether, space, and it's an element that it's a little bit more abstract and a little bit more subtle than the other elements. And it's the element that I really had to do quite a bit of research for. And what I realized in my research is Drew yoga, what we practice, is very much, it brings us into that ether element. So your key words are stillness, openness, expansiveness, inner wisdom, bliss, spiritual connection, unity, meditation, concentration, equilibrium, divine union, truth, transformation, imagination, expansion, curiosity, and wonder, exploration. And so when we practice through yoga, just in our normal regular classes, we approach it with that open mind and that sense of wonder, and through bringing the body, the mind, the breath, the visualizations, we drop into this place of stillness, which is very much associated with that element of ether. So we experience the element of ether very much in the throat, and it's connected to the thyroid, and also the sense of hearing and ENT, ears, nose, and throat. They're all part of that element of ether. I'll read you what I've got here. So it says, the ether space element connects us to our spiritual self. It is the divine consciousness we experience in moments of stillness. Its vibration is the most subtle of all the elements, but the combination of all elements unifying. Ether provides the space for the elements of water, earth, fire, and air to exist. It is the most pervasive. It embodies the quality of stillness, and yet it has movement. In the presence of this element, it is the presence of this element that allows for all life on earth to exist. It's referred to as akasha in Sanskrit, and ether is the element that comes first in yogic and Ayurvedic thinking. It's unbound and untethered, the essence of emptiness, nothing and everything at the same time. And it represents the space where our true self can be found. The ether space element is associated with qualities of clarity, intuition, and spirituality. Medieval alchemists were fascinated by this element, believing it to be the substance that filled the void of the universe outside our earth and beyond the atmosphere. The ancient Greeks saw ether as the godlike element and the substance that allows humans to connect to spirituality and intuition. So we experience it in our bodies, in the space within the cells and around the cells and around the organs and different tissues of the body. And within our bodies, we can recognize the ether space element. Anywhere there is space. So in the sinus cavities, that allow for your voice to resonate. And if your stomach is empty, you've got that element of space in there, which I thought was really interesting. And in your lungs as well, in the moments before you inhale and draw that air in. So that is a little bit about the ether element. So in today's ether yoga practice, going to be working with a few different yoga poses, and I need you to make sure you've got a bit of space free at a wall, because we're going to end the practice with legs up the wall, and then we're going to, if you feel comfortable with it, we're going to move into a shoulder stand as well, but we're going to do it in a very gentle, therapeutic way, using the wall to walk your feet away. So it's a nice, easy way of doing it. So I'm going to invite you to come up to your feet, and we'll get moving. Got my cat with me this evening. Lovely. So just coming up to your feet. Let's give them a look. We're going to begin with an etheric figure of 8. So just start off by giving your fingers a little stretching. Just give them a little gentle shake. It's loosening up the bones, the joints in the body. And the hands come together with the hands together. Create a bit of friction between your palms. Some textures, warmth, backs of the hands rub as well. And then just slowing it down a little bit. And then that etheric figure of 8. Just begin moving and notice if there's any tingling. Just beginning to gently move. As if you can hear etheric music. And the realm of vibration and sound is also connected with the ether and the element of space. Just start moving and going. Without too much focus on alignment, just moving in a nice free miracle. You might notice the air as you move. And so as you're clearing out the space around you, the space in which your body exists. Beautiful movements. And you can visualize that you're holding beautiful radiant light between your palms. And clearing away any heaviness, any tiredness. I'm going to bring the body into balance this evening. When a person is balanced within the ether element, they're at ease with themselves and others. Can communicate with clarity, using their voice. Out of balance, it may appear fearful, disconnected from their environment or all other people. Just let your hands come down to level of your hips and just begin to have a little twist from side to side. Allowing your hands to tap gently against your body. And spine move, each vertebra, your disc in your back. The arms lift up a little bit. And the shoulders a little tight as well. And take the arms up into the space of the above. Just creating that space. Twist through the spine. And then give your heels a little bit of a lift. And lengthen your spine. And the arms lift up again. And then begin to turn it back into that figure of 8. Letting your body flow. And gently transferring your weight between your left and your right sides. Bring all the muscles and bones in your feet, space. Just taking your awareness in towards your breath. And taking that figure weight all the way down towards the ground, as if you're taking it down towards the earth. And then just pause in that forward bend. Walking your feet closer together. Bend your knees so your abdomen rests onto your thighs and slowly rise up, stacking one vertebra at a time, taking your hands all the way through the midline of the body, reaching up and enjoying a nice big stretch. Take a nice nourishing breath in, and then allow your shoulders to relax. Breathing in again, create space in the lungs. And as you breathe out, let your arms down as you create that circle, just in. And begin taking the right shoulder up and back in. Enjoying that flow of movement, energy moving through the spine. And as you move, maybe notice the sounds of your breath. Hear the sound of the breath in the throat. Your bodies begin to lift. Swinging through and to just your elbows. The elbows. Look into your shoulders. Notice how much more space you have there. Just noticing how often I mention the word space. It seems to be a bit of a theme of the true yoga. And then just let your body stop moving on its own. And close your eyes and allow it to arrive into a place of stillness. And then into Tadasana Mountain Pose. So aligning from the ground up. Bring your awareness in towards your feet hip distance. And just balancing weight between every muscle in the body. Bringing your hips and pelvis to neutral. Breathe out and gently lift muscle at the base of the body, that pelvic floor muscle. And now your awareness to rise up through your chest. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and allow your shoulders to gently sink. Feel the crown of the head rise up. Settling into that Tadasana, that mountain pose. Quality of stillness. And we're going to work with a movement I call the magician. And you're going to bring both palms out in front. And my teacher always used to say, imagine that you've got 2 candles rested on your palms, or you can imagine 2 cups of tea, whatever you like, something that's not going to spill or burn. And to work with the magician, you just draw back your shoulder blades together and take your hands back so your sides of your little fingers arrive by the ribs. Then you're going to turn your fingers in towards your body and then turn the hands back and reach back. So your hands are behind. So you feel a nice stretch through the chest, through the pecs. And then to work with this next movement, sink down into your knees. Take your arms all the way around and overhead Right arm's going to go over the top. And you bring the hands back around. Straighten your legs. Your hands end up back by your ribs. Perfect. So we take the hands back. Fingers turn in towards the body. Big breath in. Send the arms back behind. Sink down into your knees. Circle the arms up overhead. Nice big crossover. And then come back down. And we're just going to repeat that a few times. So arms go back and behind, all the way around. It's like you're weaving some magic up overhead. Nice stretch through the chest, through the pecs. Arms go back. Sweep the arms around. Lovely. And the hands down. Fingers turn in. Arms go back. All the way up overhead. Now this time we're going to fold forwards. Come down into a nice forward bend. Bend your knees, cross your arms over in front. So right arm is in front of your left. You're going to lift all the way up. Take the arms overhead, so the arms open up. And then we come back down. Hands back down by your ribs, perfect. Taking the arms back again, fingers turn in towards the body. Behind, we're going to do the first style again this time. So we're crossing over, arms go up overhead. Nice big stretch through the chest, through the pecs. Rising up. Arms go back. Stretch through the chest, through the pecs. We're going up overhead. This time we're coming back down to that forward bend. So sinking down. You're into your forward bend. Bend your knees, cross your arms over so your left arm is in front of your right. Breathe in as you come up. Nice big, huge circle up overhead. Back down by your ribs. Repeat a few more times. So take the arms back, stretch through the pecs, circle around, overhead. Do one in that first style. Arms go back. Sweep down. This time we're going to go back to the forward bend. Crossing the arms over, right arm in front of the left. Big circle. Nice big stretch around. Final time. Take the arms back. Cross over left, right over left. This time we're going back forward bend. Down we go. Breathe in, lifting all the way up. Nice big circle up overhead. And then just allow your hands to settle down by your sides. Close your eyes for a moment. Just acknowledge that stillness within. Spaciousness of the breath provides within the body. And then just allow your body to move, a bit of free movement. To move however works for you. You might want to move your shoulders, figure of 8. Want to give yourself a shake out. Just a bit of free movement, just allowing you to do whatever feels good in this moment. Now, body should be feeling nicely activated. Does that feel better? So we're going to come back to Tadasana Mountain Pose. We're bringing your feet to about hip distance, aligning from the ground up. Remembering to keep your joints nice and soft so that energy can move through your body. Take your shoulders back and down, feel the crown rise. And we're going to work with a few rounds of the breath of Arjuna and cross the arms over. So you've been lifted up by your elbows, sternum lifts, and the arms. The first few times we move in this way, the awareness is on the physical body. Your legs, your feet, hips, your core muscles, your arms, pecs, the chest. And then bring awareness to your breath. Inhalation lifts the arms up, and soft exhalation through the nose allows the arms to descend down. As you're drawing a warm, tingly energy up from the base of your spine, nourishing the spinal nerves and creating that beautiful energy flow through your body. Closing your eyes for a few moments, just keeping the movement going. Make some tingling in your hands, your arms, happiness. And you may notice a feeling of spaciousness or expansion. The arms just relax down by your sides now for a moment. We're going to move with something called the Prana Kriyas. Prana Kriyas are standing, stretch and forward bend movements. And what we'll do is we'll focus on 3 different types of prana. Prana is your life force energy, and we draw it into the body, first of all, through the breath, but we can also draw in prana through the food we eat, through interactions, through walking in nature. And prana is that life force energy that nourishes us. And it's also said to be produced in the kidneys as well, actually. So this movement really nourishes the kidneys and the sacrum. So in the first stage, we really focus on an in-breath. So keeping all your joints soft, just lifting your hands up through the midline of the body, lengthening your spine, lift the sternum, keep it really soft as you breathe in. And then we're going to fold forward from the waist. Keep your hands down close to the body and just come down into a forward bend. Tuck tailbone underneath and then rise back up again. Really focusing on your in-breath as you come up. Sternum lifts, nice stretch up through the body. And then you're flowing down. You breathe out as you come down, but without much emphasis on it in this first stage. So you're breathing in as you come up. And in, shoulders are relaxed. And then flowing down. And this time you rise up. Feel as though your hands are being charged with light, with energy from up above, cosmic energy, spaciousness, and we're going to draw it down through the body as you come down. So you're just taking it down, showering the body with it. And then instead of rising up with the hands in front, take your hands behind at the ankles and you draw in that shimmery, radiant light up along the back line of the legs. You just place your hands onto your sacrum, soften your knees as you lean forward, lift your sternum, and just recline back a little way. You're going to breathe in, rise up again, flow forward, bring the hands down, back line of the legs, bend your knees, bring your hands in front, and we just repeat this a few times. So lifting up, charging up with that pranic life force energy. Draw it down. Let your hands behind, breathe in, draw up. Ease your hips forwards. You can move as fast or as slow during the Prana Kriyas. And these movements bring clarity to your mind. They strengthen the body, nourish the lungs, and bring a sense of peacefulness, spaciousness and connection to that divine energy, to that space that we exist. So just one more in this way. Just lifting up his hands onto the sacrum. And then we'll come back down, back to your forward bend. Pause in your forward bend for a second. Let your abdomen rest onto your thighs, bend your knees. So second stage of prana kriyas, we're working with the downward force of prana, which is called apana. And the movement's the same, but the focus on the breath changes. So we'll just start to rise up this time, and you will be breathing in, but very softly. So you let your arms lift up. But as you come down, you really focus on your exhalation and you bend your knees a little bit more deeply. And that downward force of prana is all about creating space in the body and letting go. You take the hands behind at the ankles, you rise up, place the hands onto the sacrum, bend the knees, recline back, still breathing in. But as you flow forward and down this time, really breathe out. Knees bend, taking the hands up in front. And as you come forward and down, really breathing out. Your knees bend, take your hands behind. Do a couple more. So you're coming down, clearing the body out, creating that spaciousness. Lift up. Now this time your arms come up overhead. Pause for a moment. Let your eyes closed, lengthen your spine, lift your sternum, and feel as though you're plugging your fingertips into that universal consciousness, that energy, that light from up above. It could be solar light, starlight. Feel that light, invite it to travel down through your fingertips, through your arms and shoulders, nourishing the brain. And then turn your palms down and bring your palms, so your palms are just over the crown of your head. And then we just come all the way down till the body's nourished. We're going to come into a forward bend and pause with the backs of the hands on the mat, with your middle fingers just about touching. Great stuff. Now, as you stand up, you're going to breathe in, and your arms are going to go out to the side as if something is expanding in front of you. Let your spine unfurl. Turn your palms upwards. Extend the arms out. Breathe in. Breathe in a bit more as you lift up. Stretching up. Fingers plug back into that consciousness. That light travels down through your body, nourishing all the different pathways of your body. Come back down to your forward bend. We only do this one 3 times because it's very, very powerful. All the way down. Bend your knees, backs of the hands go down. You're going to breathe in. Lift, arms go out to the side. Turn your palms out to the side. Breathe in a bit more. And lift up. You feel that. Invite that light down. Plugging in, fingers, arms, elbows can be slightly bent. Just take a few breaths here. And turn the palms downwards, guide the hands down, just so they hover over the crown of the head. You might feel a bit of warmth emanating from your palms. And it really helps to settle you into that stillness. Your hands just come down in front of the heart. Pause for a moment, level of the throat. So feel that area of the body nourished, clearing. You might want to visualize an aquamarine light here. Just at that visually center, that throat center. And then let your palms come together. Just rest it in your heart. We've got one more standing movement. That's probably feel a bit tingly. So we're going to work with the spinal breathing and very, very subtle movement. And all that happens is you're going to move a couple of vertebrae at a time and only move as you breathe in. And then you pause as you breathe out. So lengthen your spine, breathe in. Sorry, you move as you breathe out and you pause as you breathe in. So your head comes forward, move a little bit as you breathe out. And then when you're ready to breathe in, you pause, let your body fill with that breath, that expansion into your lungs. And then when you're ready to breathe out, just move a couple more vertebrae down into your forward bend. And come to your forward bend. Just take your time. And then as you rise up, it changes. So you move as you breathe in, as you come up, and pause as you breathe out. Take your time, relax your shoulders as you come up. And one more time. And just breathing in, create that space. And as you breathe out, just have your head, your chin come towards your chest and slowly coming down to forward bend. Pause in your forward bend. And then slowly begin to move back up. Move in as you breathe in. And pause as you breathe out. Invite you just spend a few moments pausing in that stillness, resting in your stillness. And then slowly lower yourself down onto your back, just a resting crocodile pose. Come onto your tummies. You can separate your feet nice and wide. Up your toes turned outwards, heels inwards. And place one arm down, let the other arm rest on top, and your forehead rest onto the backs of your arms. And taking a few really nourishing breaths deep down into the very lowest point of your belly. And here, invite you to just scan through your body. So you're scanning from the feet, the toes, and just inviting in a quality of stillness, awareness. Just allowing that body scan to spiral its way up through your ankles, your legs. Into your hips. And then into the chest. And then noticing the breath at the space of the throat. You may even hear the sounds of the breath. Ether is without firmness of earth, the coolness of water, the heat of the fire, or even the movement of wind. It is therefore the very essence of emptiness. Ether is without firmness of earth, the coolness of water, the heat of fire, or even the movement of wind. It is therefore the very essence of emptiness. Symbols of the ether element are the cosmos, the stars, different constellations, reflections of light in the full moon. And in alchemy, the ether element is often represented by a simple circle. Inviting you now to just begin to move your body again. And just starting to draw your feet closer together. And slide your hands underneath your shoulders. And lift yourself into the pose of a child, taking your time. Then bring your hands back by your ankles. And slowly begin to rise back up. And just find yourself a nice comfortable seat. Ground level. We're going to do a few movements. And do a few movements for the neck. And with neck movements, we never hold them for very long. And just listen to how your body feels as well, and if it's creating any pain or discomfort, go back to where you felt safe. Neck movements, we're going to do 2 neck movements. And want to be sat with a nice long straight spine. You can do whatever you want with your hands. So I'm going to breathe in, lengthening the spine and feel as though the crown of the head is being drawn up. And then just extend your chin forward. I always think a bit like a tortoise. And then let your chin just come down towards the chest so it stretches out all the muscles at the back of the neck, the cervical vertebra. Breathe out there, let your head relax. And then as if you're creating a spiral wave, draw the chin in so you get a double chin. And then lift your head without taking your head too far back. So you stretch from underneath your chin down to the collarbones. And then come back to neutral. Nothing, move with the breath, breathe in, lengthen. Feel the crown of the head rise up. Extend the chin forward. And let your chin come down towards your chest. Really let the weight of the head relax. Drawing in the chin. And then lift the head. You feel the stretch from the chin to the collarbone. And then come back to neutral. We often find when we move awareness towards the neck and the throat, it can shift how you feel. It can really, if you're feeling a bit heady or a little bit busy in your mind, it can really shift that state of consciousness into a more peaceful, open place. So the next neck movement is just simply turning your head, but we'll move with the breath. So breathe in, lengthen. And then as you breathe out, just turn your head so you're looking over your right shoulder. Breathe in, let your head come back to the middle. And let your head look over your left shoulder. Your head come back to the middle. Breathe out as you turn to the right. Breathe into the middle. And breathe out to the left. Your head come towards the middle. Now this time turn your eyes, so your eyes are looking to the right, and then turn your head. Let your eyes look to the middle. To the middle. Eyes go to the left. Eyes back to the middle. And then just let your head relax. Hope you're warming up. It's a bit chilly in here. If you're a bit cold, put a jumper on for a second. So we are going to work with a breathing practice before we do our final poses. And the breathing we're going to do is called the Bhramari breath, or the bumblebee breath. And this is a real favourite of mine. I love it. And you can use your hands if you want to. So Bhramari breath is a pranayama practice, but it's also a practice which is called pratyahara, which is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's about sense withdrawal. So it's like taking everything within, so you can really tune into that quiet place within. Bhramari breath is a breath that I often used, and it's another one I used to use when I was in India as well, because it could be quite noisy and quite chaotic all around. And when you use Bhramari breath, all you can hear is the sound of buzzing. in your head, and it sounds like there's bees in your head. And it's really soothing. It's soothing for your brain. It's great if you've got if you've had a cold, or if the nasal passages, the sinus can be a bit stuffy, so it can really clear out your sinus. But it also brings you into your heart as well, so it's quite soothing. So I'm just going to walk over to the camera so you can see what I'm going to do with my hands. So your thumbs are going to go over this part of your ear, so you cover up your ears. Your middle index finger goes over the top of your eyes, and then your middle finger or your ring finger you press onto the sides of your nose, just here. But you breathe through your mouth. So thumbs go here. You can put your index fingers on your eyes, but you don't have to. Middle finger onto your nose. Big breath in beforehand. And then you hum the breath out through your mouth. Big breath in through your nose. Give it a try. So thumbs onto your ears. Either index finger you can place onto your eyes, or you don't have to, you close your eyes. And then you can pop your middle finger onto the sides of your nose. And then you just make a lovely humming sound.
I don't understand it, Kelly. Could you explain it again?
So what you're going to do is take a big deep breath in, place your thumbs over your ears, close your eyes, and you just place your index finger just on your eyelids, and then either your middle finger or your ring finger, you close off your nasal passages. Take a big breath in, and then you hum the breath out of your mouth. So your mouth's very, like, only a tiny bit open, and you hear the sound of humming, or it sounds very much like a bee in your mind. So you just breathe in. Let me come over here.
I really like.
You look like you're doing it.
Yeah, I really like that.
Oh, you like it? Okay, well, but let's experiment with it for a minute or so. Just experiment with it, and you can change the pitch of it. You can take the sound of the humming louder, or you can experiment and go and it will really bring you into a state of calm, takes your awareness deep within.
That's so relaxing.
And if it's a bit much with all the fingers and stuff, you can just close your eyes and hum. That will also bring that state of calm to you as well, and expansion. So you can do that. So that's the Brahmari breath, bumblebee breath. There we go. So our pose, what we're going to do this evening, what I'll do is I'll do you a demonstration, and I'll do the two demonstrations for you. So we're going to work with Viparita Karani, which is legs up against the wall, which we've done in classes before. And then I'll invite you to stay in Viparita Karani for a couple of minutes or so. And then there's going to be an option to come into the shoulder stand. Now, it's up to you. You might not want to practice the shoulder stand. You might want to stay in Viparita Karani. Safety advice is make sure you've got enough strength in your core to come into it. But I know that most people, like we've been doing yoga for a while, so you might be okay with it. So I think it's right here. You can see me, can't you? Right. So Viparita Karani, you get yourself as close to the wall as possible with your hip. And then you just bring yourself down and then just walk your feet up towards the wall. And you just let your legs rest up against the wall. You can place your hands onto your tummy, or you can open your arms up by your sides. And you just stay here for a few moments. You close your eyes. And it improves the venous return of blood to the heart. It nourishes your legs. It takes the weight from your legs, so it can be really helpful with restless legs syndrome. It lets that blood flow back up towards your heart. It nourishes your brain, your eyesight, and it really helps you to move into a restful place. So if you can't manage to do any yoga, any relaxation, you can just do a couple of minutes, legs up at the wall, and that will have a big benefit for you. So from here, what we're going to do, if you feel comfortable with it, is you're going to place your feet onto the wall and press down against your feet, which lifts your hips. You're going to slide your hands underneath your ribs, get yourself in a nice straight line. And lift yourself up into a shoulder stand. Come down one vertebra at a time. You're really nourishing each part of your back. You come back to legs up on the wall. You can practice that a couple of times. And then to come out of it, just roll yourself onto one side. And then we'll come back onto the mats, ready for a bit of relaxation. So, inviting you to get yourselves comfortable against the wall. You want to place get yourself as close to the wall as possible. I'll do another little demo. So you want to have so get close to the wall. So you've got your hip close to the wall. And then just bring yourself onto your back. Shuffle yourself up and then just let your legs relax there. And then once you're there, take some nice deep breaths. That's it. And if you feel comfortable here, you can close your eyes. Switching into that relaxed parasympathetic nervous system. Nice big deep breaths. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if that's comfortable for you. Just gonna stay here for another minute or so. When we work with Viparita Karani, it can help to bring the body back into balance. Imbalance in the ether element can often present itself as feeling out of control. Life may become unmanageable. When the space or ether element is imbalanced, a person can become reactive rather than responsive. They may appear fearful or controlling, or experience disconnection from others and their environment. An imbalance may manifest as shyness or holding back from fully expressing yourself. In the physical body, you may experience throat issues. You may mishear things or have neck tension, thyroid issues, or a lack of energy. And then just beginning to get yourself ready to move into shoulder stand. So we can just move into this slowly. There's no need to hurry with it. So you can just begin by placing the soles of your feet onto the wall with your knees bent. And then gently engaging your core muscles, pressing down into your feet. And just lifting your hips off the mat. You can shuffle and bring your hands onto your hips. And just get yourself into a position where your neck is free from any compression. And then lifting one leg away and then the other leg. Core muscles on. And the legs straighten up. And in that shape, invite your breath to become steady, long. And come down when you're ready. Placing the soles of the feet back onto the mat and rolling the body back down to Viparita Karani, legs up against the wall. And these are both master postures in yoga. If you wish to come into it again, you can. You can press the soles of the feet onto the wall, rolling from the base of the spine, placing your hands just at the top of your hips, lifting one leg away, get your core muscles on, lift the other leg away, and straightening up, core muscles on. Slowly lower yourself back down whenever you're ready. Roll onto one side. And then you counter pose. The shoulder stand, Viparita Karani, is to come down onto your backs into Shavasana. Get your socks on and your blankets. And shoulder stand it's often known as the queen of asanas, so the queen of yoga poses. And it gets this name because it's particularly beneficial for the brain, for your mind. It can really help clear the mind, so it's powerful to do before bed. It helps with insomnia, and can just really help to balance the mind and the emotions, strengthens your core, strengthens your quads, your shoulders. It's got lots and lots of amazing benefits. So with all that said, I'm going to invite you to come down onto your backs for a nice radiant light relaxation. So get yourself some socks on and some blankets and some cushions. We're going to sit for a couple of minutes meditation at the end as well. So make sure you've got a nice cushion to sit on and you're going to be warm. And just allowing your body to come into a comfortable place for your relaxation. Your legs, either with your knees bent or with your legs stretched out, whatever is comfortable for you. It's your yoga. So always make sure that you're comfortable. And remember, you can move as well. So become aware of your legs, your feet, your toes, and just begin giving the feet and toes a bit of a wriggle. Then we're going to circle the toes around in one direction, so they orbit one way a couple of times. And then send them the other way a couple of times. So you feel it in your ankles. And then take a nice breath in and breath out, relaxing the feet. And squeezing into your calf muscles. And breathe out, soften, release, let go. Tightening the quads. And soften, let go. Squeezing into the glutes, feel the body lift. Breathe in and breathe out, let the body descend back down. Adjust your hips. And a nice big deep breath all the way down into the bottom of the belly. Spaciousness in the chest. As you breathe in, taking that breath right down into the ribs. Separate the fingers, stretch out the fingers, stretch the palms of the hands. And then roll the arms in towards the body so you feel a stretch through your back and shoulders. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll the arms back. Stretch away from the body. Stretch your arms away. Let your arms relax now. Allow them to become heavy. And then begin turning your head to the left side and the right side. A few times like we did in our movement practice. And then let your head come back to the middle and just begin moving the features of the face. Scrunching up your eyes, furrowing the brow, moving the jaw around. And then allow the tongue to stick out. And move the tongue around 4 directions, so up, down, and left and right. And then let the tongue relax. You might even want to touch the tip of the tongue up towards the roof of the mouth. And then allowing once more for that breath. Nice long, slow inhalation. Soft exhalation. Just taking a moment to scan through your body. Just checking in with the different parts of your body, the feet, the ankles, calf muscles, the knees. Just taking your time, feeling the weight of the legs and feet press down towards the ground. Noticing where the boundary of your body ends and the earth begins, and that space in between. Space underneath the small of the back, curve of your back. Underneath the neck. And we're going to move through the body, just breathing in a lightness, an expansiveness, openness. And you can visualize this as light, energy. Invite it to travel in through your toes. Notice the space between your toes. And this light travels along the soles of the feet. Expanding into spaces between the bones, cells, into your ankles, your shins, the calves, into the backs of the legs, knees. Into the quads. Breathing it into the hips and pelvis now for this spaciousness. That universal light, that energy moves through your body. Into your back and into your shoulders. Getting that home within your body, finding that quality of unity. Moving now to the neck and throat. And that quality of spaciousness moves through your body. Exploring different cavities of the body, the space and the organs. And allowing that light to expand. Bringing healing, transformation. And there it goes into the face, softening your eyes and your jaw. And then just for the next few moments, I invite you to spend a few moments just resting here. And begin to reawaken the body now. Just invite you to see an image of the night sky. Deepest shade of dark blue. And in that darkness, you see the stars. You might see constellations. And see the brightness of the stars, starlight. Twinkling, beautiful. Cosmic energy. And just resting for a few more moments in that place of peace and tranquility. And the time of day begins to change. The sky begins to change. The colour begins to change from a deep blue to the first rays of that sunlight, that new dawn. The sky changes from blue into a beautiful red, pink. That transformation, that lightness and darkness blended. Begin to breathe in the first rays of sunlight, that universal light, brightness shining down on you, bringing that fresh energy and vitality, sense of peace, unity, curiosity and wonder. Breathing it in, hearing the sounds of the breath nourishing your body as if you're being breathed by the universe. And just begin to move your fingers, begin to move your toes, allow that movement to arrive. From stillness, movement arrives. You have a lovely smile and feel the way that smile makes you feel. Feel the smile in your eyes and every cell in your body. And just begin to move your fingers, begin to move your toes, start having a stretch. Lovely. And just gently pressing your palms down into the mat. And come to sit for a moment or two. It's going to sit for a few moments. And just breathe in and out with a nice long straight back. And just begin counting your breaths. You lose track of your count. Just go and just start again. Bring your awareness back to the Just gently stretching out your thumb and your middle finger and connecting your thumb and middle finger. Stretching out the index, the ring finger and the little finger. Placing the backs of your hands onto your knees. And just resting. Whilst holding this mudra of spaciousness. And this mudra directs energy to the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. It enhances intuition and hearing. Move whenever you're ready. Move palms together, rubbing your palms together. Place your palms over your own. And allow your eyes to gaze into that darkness once more. Separate your fingers. Let the light trickle through. Your forehead a little tap. And your jaw. Yourself a little down. And a great big hug. Lovely, lovely.